Day 538. Journey begins. Testing, testing. Okay, good. And it looks like we're the same in restream as yesterday, showing sending data, but it looks like we're connected on TikTok. Oh, anyone happens to know anything garbled? But we are live on TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. We are in Overmorrow. Probably doing a little dirting today before we head over to Inkwood to do some more mining. I think we have a little TNT that we'll do, so we'll save that for the latter half of the stream. We have an intermediate goal of 500 followers on TikTok on our way to 1,000. And we're trying to get 70 followers and affiliates on Twitch. It looks like we dropped one from yesterday, so trying to make up for that. And, oh, that's interesting. The moving shadow from our scaffolding. A quick panorama here, because we're going to see if we can cut this out and use this as a clip somewhere. All right. Got that done. Now let's go. Where did we put the dirt stuff? Do we put it over here? This was our dirt box, but I don't know if we left everything over here. Okay, we left enough over here though. And will that be enough? Oh, it's going to have to be enough. Okay. And we'll start filling out these little pieces here. And then go from there. Getting all the grass in so it can start, all the dirt in so it can start terraforming the grass. Although we are going to have to move some torches, I guess. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Do we want to do... Oh. Debating on whether to go sleep and work in the day, because it's not terribly dark, but it does look a little dark on stream. I think most of that is probably the shading from vibrant visuals. Which, for anyone new to the stream, I do like the shadow and water of the vibrant visuals overall. The other things need a little ability to tweak them. So I wouldn't say to remove them necessarily, but the ability to allow players to choose how much saturation. Because if you like the more orange, then why not? Big fan of more sand in the box. I just like the... Oh, I'll do my best to keep things entertaining. Oh yeah, I like the kind of old desert or a more unified color scheme between the biomes. I think the red would be fine if you were able to uh, introduce a kind of sandstorm um, in a non annoying way. Like, well, we haven't gone to any child chambers or done any of the wind charges or any of that kind of stuff. But if you could get a wind charge and, power some kind of, you know, crafter device and you get, I don't know, a 100 block radius and it looks like a sandstorm, that seems like it would be good. Because that would then allow players to kind of use it as, decorative something in building, but also it wouldn't make it harmful. There we go. So that's what we want over here. I mean, I guess you could hide stuff in it, but then it's kind of up to the players to decide how to use the sandstorm. And it's not everywhere. It's localized. I think introducing storm elements like that, I think are really good. Oh, thank you for the like and the follow, Ash. Really appreciate it. How's the Tuesday going? And do you play any Minecraft or any other games? Right now, we're working on some terraforming with a little bit of dirt we have over here in Overmorrow. Once we run through that patch of dirt, we're going to go back over to Inkwood and then work on a ravine over there. Making pretty good progress over there. Using more TNT than we wanted, but trying to catch up the world with the story that we're trying to write with it. So we need, things won't be finished, but trying to get at least the highlights of the book going in the world so that if we get it done on time, you'll be able to follow along in the world and also in the book. Because the world is available for download. Our link tree has a link to GitLab where you can download the world. Every 6 months we make a new backup and then we put that there. So anyone that wants to follow on the story or make their own story from what we built is welcome to do so. And yeah. And hopefully once it gets going a little more, we can... Okay, oh, thank you for all the likes as well. We're starting to get a little traction. I'm trying to get more so that I don't get overly focused when I'm doing these mining things and forget to engage. And we're doing good. Yeah, we're at... Yeah. Do this, okay. Got... did that? There should have been for the follow from Dickfinity. Don't. I will have to check that out later and test that because I thought I had that going. I did see it once a couple of streams ago and I thought it was working. Sam doing things like that too, trying to get to Xfinity and then like Stream Elements, Streamlabs, going for the Twitch side of things. And hello, Natasha. How's it going? How's the Tuesday and playing any Minecraft or any other games yourself? I'm doing well, making some progress on our city here of Overmorrow, doing some terraforming. Today is a single game day, so we're just doing Minecraft today. Yesterday we did Planet Crafter and Minecraft. And come Friday, we'll do Satisfactory in Minecraft. Can we get rid of some of the sand? Yeah, okay. So how are things on your side, Natasha? All right. Let's get rid of some of the sandstone. Get rid of as much of this as we can, and then we'll fill it in. That should speed things up a little bit. Right. We'll leave maybe one torch there. I mean, that's not going to be the end of the world. We can always take that out whenever we need to build something here. Okay. See if we can get all the sandstone first, and then we'll come back and get the sand. This might go through our stacks with this. It'll be close. Oh, yeah. More likely half our stacks, I think. Right, so I can do some sand, and then we can start on our dirt. Right, so that's pretty good there. Let's get our sandstone here. And there we go. Okay. We left a piece of sandstone there. Okay. Oh. Sandstone, sandstone, sandstone. Okay, perfect. Cool. Okay. Let's see what we got going on. Okay. Let's even this up and then start filling it in. Oops. There we go. And we have more stuff this way, so we'll just do this. So when we run out, we'll start picking up the stuff that's below us. And we won't waste as much. Oh, thank you for the like, my name is Mathis. How's it going? Welcome back. We're doing a little bit more terraforming over in Overmorrow before we head over to Inkwood. Doing well so far. Got a lot of big projects, so blocking away at each one. Oops. We still need to get the library. Okay, that we want to explore? No, okay. We need to get the library framed out. We need to get Oasis City framed out, and we need to get Ashfern Forest framed out. Yeah, I think those are the big framing ones, and then we have a few other things that still need to be done, but we're going to repurpose other things for those, so we won't have to do as much framing, but a lot of big projects. But a lot of the heavy lifting and stuff is getting close, so the garden temple is still probably early. Well, we've been working on it for a long time, but still mid stages. It's probably in the neighborhood of 20-30% done because it's just so large. Haven's End, though, the foundation is probably 80% done, and then once we actually get around to clearing out the netherrack, I don't think it will be too bad. And then we can start working on the sitting side of it. But it's also been slow because up until recently, it's only been weekends, and occasionally we had other things to do on those weekends and didn't get any playtime in. Okay, so 4 and some change. All right. And if we didn't have enough to do, like this is just framing, so it doesn't look the best yet, but this height up here where the staircase ends is going to go perpetually into each distance. That's our horizon wall. We're only going to build enough of that for the story so far. But as we get things done, while we're kind of brainstorming other projects, potentially we'll work on that. That's our only evergreen project, so that's one that, well, it could technically be finished. It will take quite a long time because it would go, the world is like 30 million blocks wide, so 50 million each way, something like that. I have to check the wiki to be sure on that, but either way, that would be tens of millions of blocks just in each direction, let alone the size of the wall itself. Oh, thank you for the Mainberry. How's it going? How's the Tuesday, and do you play Minecraft or any other games? And I think we're set. Hoping we changed it. I don't know how much it affects things on the TikTok side, but setting your game category. In Restream, you can set the game categories, but you have to do it manually. You can't do it for all the channels at once. Like you can the title and description. Once you go live, you can update it on Twitch, but you can't update it on TikTok. Oh, got some tracks over here that we can work on. We'll just run this down. Oops. Let's grab a carrot. I don't like getting too far below our health. Well, I don't like being hungry when we have damage. All right. Go. And we're going to shoot for like an hour and a half today. We've been going for 20 minutes. Basically an hour more. So that'd be, yeah, okay. Yeah, that should work out. Because Tuesdays, we also have some other meetings that have a hard start time. Okay. Let's drop off some of our materials and then go. Okay, good. Make our way over to Inkwood. But I want to. Oh, good. We caught the edge of it. So this brown patch is a little bit of what we did last night and some of today. So that's coming along. A few more tracks we can fill in there, and that'll do a good chunk. We have a little patch there to work on. And then a little patch next to our, is that our leather and beef shop, I think. I'm not too worried about the inside yet because we'll be taking that down to build the floor and basements and whatnot of the buildings. So I'm not too concerned. A little patch up front, not too concerned either. Um, let's see. I can't pronounce the name, but this is a realm, yes. So we're looking pretty good there. Oh, and then we got the patch over there, and then the southern side looks like it will be pretty much done. And we can start focusing on the little northern side here. Getting some of this terraformed. That's not too bad. And then we can start working on the pass and stuff. Making sure the buildings that we have placed fit with the density that we're going for. And then readjust if needed. So we don't have a lot built other than the string farm, bamboo farm. The places are more or less just storage dumps for the moment. So now over to Inkwood. Okay. Make our way up to about Y350 or so. So we can kind of coast more or less over there. We've got our cold brew with a dash of cocoa powder. Yeah. Don't know if this would be in the cards with the happy gas, because I'd give it like maybe a 7.5 out of 10. Like it does you can move around. It does a great job if you just need to stand back and look at something, or if you need to work on the underside of something. And I guess you can put chest bolts and stuff under it, but you really have to be able to carry everything you need. Otherwise, another tunnel, if you're going to go somewhere more than once, going back a few times with the Elytra is still going to be faster. But I think that would be mitigated with if you could long distance set some kind of waypoints like the spawn block thing that name is escaping me. Where you can set your spawn in the nether. If you could set something like that at 2 points and have a big ass go in between those long distance, that I think would make it worth it. So you could have kind of a caravan and have goods going back and forth for those long distances. And as far as performance, you wouldn't have to render in the cast. I mean, unless it's people are on the server and those spots are already rendered in, you can just calculate its speed, and then it basically just becomes a timer once it leaves the render zone. Oh, right. We were going to lay down some blasting lines and then see how far we can get here. Before we do any blasting lines, though, let's see. This goes pretty deep here, right? So, oh, we didn't take it all the way down as far as we could, so we might want to do that. But let's okay. Oh, these aren't gonna. Yeah, we're gonna have to launch them one by one, which means more rockets. But that is good, I guess. I mean, we have plenty of metal and stuff on us, so we could do that. Okay. Or plenty of iron and flint on us, so we can make more as we need. All right. Let's see what this does. We're going to go through this pretty quickly. It's not going to get as much of that as we wanted, but it's not bad down there. Oh. Oh. Well, that's one way to get some stuff done. Maybe we could do some stuff over here. Okay, so we'll focus over here then. We'll do this. Right, and then we'll do that. And what we'll do is we'll light one, and then we'll come watch. Right, that widens up the tunnel and gets us a little farther down there. Okay. Works out kind of well. And I guess if we're getting rid of the mine shaft anyway, there's not much need to keep it really. It's then we can just do that. Light one of our and run. Well, that worked out not as good as I thought. All right, so we're gonna have to find some way to maybe oh, right, and we'll get rid of that so no villagers walk out. I'm gonna have to come over and fail. Right, so we're gonna maybe come over here and fill in some stuff. Have more? No. Okay, but we have this. Oh, so we can cobblestone it up and that right, that help us wait. Can do that. There we go. Okay, so we'll cut here. Okay. I think that works. Okay. And we can cut over here. Okay. This is the spot where the water looks good, but where it's excessively clear, it makes it hard to see what's going on. So put that in. Potash. Okay, so if it's the surface, we have plenty of cobblestone at least, so that helps. Fill that in. Okay, is it gonna drop finally? No. Okay. Is it gonna drop? How about there? Okay, that looks like it got some of it. Okay, so we're gonna have to go in here, I guess, and more of it that way. That should get a good chunk there too. Okay, good, good. Can't get all of it. Sneaky little water. All right. I knew one little explosion could do so much. Oh, thank you, Baby Bunny, for the follow. Appreciate it. How's the Tuesday going? There we go. And do you play any Minecraft or any other games? All right. So can we get out? Can't get out. I think we didn't like that right away. Okay, so we're gonna go sleep and come back in the daytime. We don't need any mobs and explosives. Don't mix. Unless you're trying to use TNT as a launch pad for mobs. But we got 74.79 TNT left. Oops. Let's just run down. Right here. Blast a hole here. This will give us our sight line, our guideline all the way through. And we just keep digging this down and then dig out the walls as far as we need to. Yeah, and for anybody in chat, the hand, base, and the game card in the on the left hand side and the bottom right hand side. Is that good information? Is it distracting? Fill the floor with this. Did that not go off? It did not go off. Okay. Maybe this will work. Wow. That deep state is really a barrier to the explosive triggering. What? Right, so this didn't work. Is that okay? Well, that's interesting. I guess it blew out a lot of tunnel. Okay. -5. So let's take it down to -5. Right? -5 gets us here. Okay. Actually, we'll take it down one more level. That way we can use this as a blasting shaft, blasting line. Okay. We can lay down some TNT here. Maybe be a little bit more sparing and maybe do it every other line. As long as they have line of sight, should be enough. Oh, okay. Oh, we're going to lose some of our stairs, I think, if we do that. So let's silk touch this one and this one. Okay. Oh, alright. So Enderman can tell whenever you light the TNT, but Pigling can't. Well, I guess they can if you're next to it, but if it's part of a chain reaction. Okay. Okay. So let's do. Oh, do we have? Is this tough? Okay. So we're gonna need to. Do we have any wood on us? We don't have any wood, so we're gonna drop off stuff before it all despawns. But all right, that's pretty good there. I think that's good enough for what we need there. Oh, that's diamonds there. Okay. Let's light that and then back up. Grab a carrot as well. Sneak over the hole. Okay. I guess the tough provided some level of protection. I thought tough was pretty low blast. Okay, I guess it is. And 1, 2. That should get us. Okay. Okay, so we'll just keep doing this here then. I mean, it's on the surface, so it's not as effective as it could be, but it's something. Let those two go off. Uh-oh. Forgot about that. It doesn't go straight down. It has a little jiggle whenever it ignites. Uh-oh. Oop. Set ourselves on fire. That would have been exceptionally bad. Oh, okay. So we have another geode on this side with a spawner. That's interesting. I don't know if I want to fly straight up here because we could fall into or run into the ceiling there. If we keep it straight, we can make it out. Okay, good. Drop off some stuff. We had some copper that we can throw in. Throw in some and that stuff. Okay. I'll drop off our flint, spider eye. Oh, we could have dropped off our dirt too. What else can we drop off here? Yeah, I mean, there's spider eye there. We could condense that, I guess. This is where the copper golem would be handy. Resorting that kind of stuff. Takes care of that. Tough. We don't have anything for it. So we have smooth basalt, tough. Oh, we have some wood. So maybe we can make a couple chests. Perfect. We'll drop those off. Where do we go? I guess we go this way. Wait, what? Oh, it probably hit the plant. And there we go. Dirt we can put into our other boxes. So these are the boxes to go back to Overmorrow, which we forgot to bring our shulkers again, but now we're going to, we got 2 follows. Did that? Thank you for all the follows and likes, and I will test out the Tickfinity by tomorrow again and see why it's not giving me the on screen. Unless it is and I'm missing it because I'm looking at the gaming monitor versus the streaming monitor. So it's not there. Is it over here maybe? Somewhere over here was... Okay, so we need to find a way over there. I think we're going to try to clear out a path here over there. Maybe 3 deep. And then we'll put down some torches as we go. We need to make sure we save at least like 6 or so. Oh, what is that? The sun coming? That is an interesting light source. Okay, so that's the backside of something over here. So we can duck and we'll maybe place some torches there. So it's a little farther down. Okay. The actual spawner, which this would be actually good because we could do some tool mending over here with a skeleton farm. So we would get, bone meal and stuff, which would help for some of the white blocks we want. So that would be good. I mean, the zombie meat is helpful for trading with villagers for emeralds, which I don't know if we can trade um, bone meal to uh, or not. Can I hit that? Can't hit it. Nope. Okay, so gonna need a better plan. We're gonna need to actually. Do we have a lot of those? We do. Well, we don't have a lot, but we have some. Ooh. So that does that. That'll keep some of those away. And we'll have to grab a bunch of this cobblestone here. All right, so now maybe we can get in there. Okay. Okay. I'll grab a carrot. And it looks like we actually... Oop, like it spawned on this. Didn't spawn with space around it, but that's okay. So I don't know. Ooh, that's a good question. Like vibrant visuals, I don't know how it affects the amethyst because it's hard to see. Like these look like regular amethyst. But, oh, see like that one under it, or it's not the amethyst, it's the block. So that one under it looks, has that little darker X line, and that looks like one that could grow the amethyst. So we got to be careful over here because we want to preserve that. And we have another one on the other side too. So we could have multiple amethyst here. All right. Do we have any? I think we left the glass. I'll get up a little bit higher and then we'll come down a little bit. We'll just start working our way down. At least we know once we get kind of below, what is that, Y5, 6 or so. That we have that. Where is our, oh, there it is. Okay. Probably build a few of these around, but built it over here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Do we have any? No, we don't have anything good. What we're going to do is put that there, and that's still a pretty good view. I need to go grab a drink here. this. Oh, yeah, that. Okay. So we're not going to do our BRB screen because we're going to be quick. So, but we are going to step away from a moment and just kind of leave it with this view. The oh, thank you for the roses, magicals background. And we are back from our water break. Thank you for everyone who stuck around. Oh, it's is that black luck. But thank you for the roses in any case. And we're gonna go sleep if we don't crash into a tree here. Actually, is our audio coming through? Did our time reset? No. Our Twitch monitor may have gone down. Yep. All right, so let's get back. And we'll just start chipping away. Audio back. Don't know if they're still live, but our streamer in the other ear was Scotsman UK over on Twitch playing Minecraft. So Twitch seems to be having an issue on that. So either they've stopped or Twitch is really. Let's get back to this, and we're just gonna back and forth and keep working our way down. We've got our spawner blocked off, so we shouldn't have as many skeletons spawning in that area anymore. And it'd be really good to use that. Use that as that way we can not have just an experience farm, like we build some super efficient one somewhere. We can have a lot of these little ones, and maybe we can have like the zombie piglin one or something, an enderman farm and whatnot when you're in those areas. But if you're in Inkwood and you don't want to travel that far and you just need a little mending, every city will have, well, ideally every city will have something like, you got the skeleton spawner here, you've got the zombie spawner in Overmorrow, little things in these cities so that, well, it wouldn't be something villagers would do or necessarily or be part of the story. If you're a player, it makes it easy to mend tools while you're working on stuff. You kind of treat it as a world you're exploring, and if you're doing some mining nearby, you could go and drop off an Inkwood and mend your tools and gather some supplies and things like that. So trying to make it a lived-in world. And trying to keep it, I guess just for the sense of accomplishment, keep it survival and vanilla. So we don't have any creative materials in the world. The only thing we do creative for is when we do our world backup, we make 2 copies. And we turn one of those copies into a creative so that we can take screenshots easier. But that copy is not made available. It's just for screenshots. I mean, because you could download multiple copies yourself and make one of them creative as well if you like. Mm. I wonder about some of these uh, spam bots that are trying to sell promotions. I don't think insulting people is a good strategy. So that does okay here. Do we probably need to grab a few more wood pieces, and then I guess we could kind of stack them on this wall. That wouldn't be a bad idea, I guess. I mean, it does give uh, ooh, except we don't have a table here. So we would have to make one. Yeah. Um oh, uh, take out the stone. Now we can do enough for, can we do one chest? Wait, it takes more than 4 wood to do a chest? Wow, okay. Well, in that case, close out this. And let's head out. I think we can take some stuff from, I want to keep the dark forest here because I want to do, well, that's not bad either because we have white on one side, dark on the other. So maybe we'll integrate some of our obsidian trees over in the dark oak forest over here. And then plant just a ton more birch and make them, well, maybe we'll replace some of the birch with like bone meal trees or something like that to counter some of the obsidian trees on this side. And we'll leave some of the spruce to kind of match the dark oak. So that way we have like natural Minecraft trees on either side and then our white and dark trees on either side. Yeah, I think that's something we can work with. That's something we can work with. Okay. Do that. Grab a bunch of these oak trees here. Okay, so we'll get a bunch of this. That way we don't have to come back so much. Are we even collecting this? Yeah, we're not even collecting it. That would have been smart to check that earlier. I don't think there's any bees on this one. All right. Okay, good. Bee trees we'll leave alone. No bees on this one. Okay. We got, what, 20 minutes or so? Not that we wouldn't mind playing longer, but again, Mondays and Tuesdays, we have some other things going on. All right. Let's grab a carrot. We walk. Okay. Can we land over here? Oh. Sad news. All right. Um. hmm, okay. Enough. Okay. That's enough. Bye. Wait. Audio. Which is having some. Okay. Are watching it, but it's the only thing going. Um. So in here we can drop off this. We can't do anything with that wood, so we'll do that. Okay. But we have 17 of these, so we might as well make use of that. Um, okay, so there. And okay, let's just see what that does. Is that coming back? No. Our meter says we're good. All right. Bear with me a moment. Okay, that was weird. Refreshing. Put cocoa. So I think we're good. Although I think every time pull up a tab instead of just um, actually pulling up what was there before. Oh, let's see if we can. I wonder what would happen if you looked at an Enderman while you were on Happy Guest. Would it, if it's a solid space that you can stand on, would an Enderman be able to do it? Doesn't sound like a good fight. See what this does. Can we get not enough of a cascading effect? Oh, all right. Let's see what this does. Okay. Um. there, that there. Now we can go do our thing. Put this down and yeah. Oh yeah, we forgot to AFK around our TNT farm, so we don't have a lot of extra TNT that we can bring over. We'll have to focus on that later. These diggy projects take a while. Okay, so we took out this little bit here. And that's pretty good, but we need at least one more layer. That's the wall there. Okay, good. So we'll just cut it here. Right. Then just the wall here. No. Okay, so we'll need to this is the wall, right? No. Actually one more in. We need to do this. Take this across. Okay, now we can go up. So I want to leave that light there. I mean, I guess we could have just moved it, but yeah. Now we can go over and do this. Okay. Yeah, I think when you get faster builds if you do, I guess, little farms, 'cause it takes some time, you know, you get a week or two or something to get a farm going, get the materials for it. But then you have it to do your tree farms or whatnot. But your light farms once you get it going. But you're doing massive projects that require a lot of excavating. Well, I guess it just depends. I was thinking that you have things like Pixel Rift Mountain was a big undertaking. But those take away from, I guess, tutorial kind of builds. There you go. Okay. Cut this out. So it's maybe in here. There we go. So we can cut that down and then we can do the same thing here. Cut down a nice line like this. We get it down, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. A little shift back and forth, a little shimmy back and forth, and we can get this going. There we go. Okay. Do oops. Can we just show me back one more time? There we go. We can start taking this down. There we go. Is 1, 2, 3 blocks. Okay. Okay, not bad. And we can stay over here at Inkwood because our tools are mended up, so we can do more of this tomorrow. Slow work, but I think it will pay off. I think it will look good in the end. And it's an important part of our story, and it gives us time to think on our story too. Because believe it or not, we're still working on the outline for chapter 18. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where to kind of line this up. I guess it's maybe, oh, like we said, maybe 40 is kind of where we go. Seeing how level 40 gets us and then working our way down 10 blocks at a time, leveling off, regrouping every 10 levels or so. So we can do that. We can do another one of those. Okay, we'll place that down a little bit lower so that we consistently have access to that, and then maybe we can continue that pattern, and we don't have to stick to it as a hard line, but it does help at least on this side. Right. I mean, on the plus side, we'll have lots of stone, granite, diorite, and diorite will be good for Horizon Wall and stone for Haven's End. Granite, we still have to dig a lot out under the Garden Temple too, which would have been a lot of stone. A lot of stone. That's probably going to be some TNT too, but hopefully we can get renewable sand before then. Because renewable sand and coral would be really nice. I know there's an element of like environmental stewardship, but that should be a version of Minecraft versus all of it, because picking and choosing reality is a little odd, at least in my opinion. You know, floating granite versus renewable coral and sand. And if you're trying to build large projects, it really takes a lot of, sand out of the box by saying that you really have to build with stone that's renewable in game but isn't actually renewable either. And even if they made it a process like, sand or andesite or something, like mixing a few together and crafting sand, I think would be fine too. Um, I think you could do things like that with mobs, or like the crab. I think that was on the spawn chunks that we're talking about, the iron golem coming back, and how other mobs might have different features. And I think the crab could be one where you don't have to have all of its features baked in up front. Because if you're adding to it, then players can get what they want out of it. They can choose. But one of the starting features could be crushing maybe stone or